You know what, Joe? I do have to say that I am a big fan of lapel guard. It's very efficient. It's very complex for the person who is stuck in this scenario. So most everything you do is going to be off of their left lapel. Okay? Whether it be street guard, which goes under their left leg, whether it be warm guard, where typically they'll post that foot up, sit up, and I'll feed it here for what's called a ringworm, center worm here, and then if I'm on my right side, I feed it to my right hand, okay? And I go for a reverse daily worm, like a reverse daily hiva, so I can get this knee off here. Even if he stands up, you know, I can easily pivot, take his back, and have super tight control. I mean, tight control. The key here is not to allow your wrist to bend. So I want to make sure that my wrist is always straight, and I use the tension and the lifelessness of the lapel in order to leverage his leg against my arm. So when he pushes forward, okay, he's pushing into the lapel. If I had it fed here, he's pushing and he's torquing my wrist. So I have to, so think of lapel guard as you driving a manual transmission vehicle, okay? Most everybody can drive an automatic, but when you can drive a manual, that's when you can shift at the RPM you want to. You can speed shift, you can work the clutch and everything. This is more manual type of guard, okay? But it is so wonderful because the person in your guard is going to be completely confused unless they know how to play lapel guard, and they begin to reverse what you're doing so that you just can't do what you would normally do from that position because you understand. Okay, so basically I'm just here. I can even throw my leg over, and you see I never let go of this hand. But what I'm going to show you guys is something that I forgot about, but I started doing now. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to turn on my right side here, and I'm going to wrap this lapel right at about my ankle. Okay? And now what I have is lapel lasso. It's no different than what I would do here with his arm with the lasso. I'm just doing it with this lapel. The key here is I got to stay on the right side. This lapel lasso is fantastic for a couple reasons. Notice how you put that foot up? It's easy to feed that right there. Okay. He has, if his hands are out, I can begin to invert and go and just let it go. Get him in omoplatas and all kinds of out of position situations. Before a lapel lasso, here, look. I'm just going to move it right here. Okay. Same as I would do with his arm. Same thing as I would do. Any questions? Here. You guys have been here for a while. I'm going to turn onto my right side. Couple things I can do. I can hold it with my left hand, but this leg can only rotate the foot. I don't want to be moving the knee too much, and I got to keep him tilted to my right side. Okay. This is just a jump off guard, lapel guard that helps you engage. Okay. If he picks up his right foot right here, it makes it real easy to hand off to the left hand, and now you have worm guard right here. Worm guards are essentially when you pass it to the left hand, it's going under your right leg, under their right leg. Okay, so for me now to go into the ultimate, what I think is one of the most powerful worm guards is the reverse daily worm. It's like a reverse daily hiva right here, except I'm going to feed it here and immediately lift my hip here, and then I can begin to already go to his back. And he can't really do much because he can't turn into me as long as my knee is over his knee right here. And from here, I can take I want you guys to just explore is just the lapel lasso. The hardest part about lapel guard is to open their lapels. You're going to feel like so, just as if I would have his arm here. I'm going to wrap it here, and I'm going to turn my hips to the right. I can have it with my left hand. I just got to keep pulling to my right, or here, okay? And I see I watch what he's doing, okay? Because from here, I can also begin to invert, and I can begin to hand this off. You feed a squid guard here, okay? Which would be the same thing as me just feeding it this way, just a little bit more elaborate, okay? So what I want you guys to do is just get to this point here, grab this thing here, and then creating tension, you're going to pull. Lapel, straighten it right here, and now turn to your right side. Grab a collar here, okay, and keep pulling them to the right. More times than not, they'll pick up their right foot, and right there, you're just going to feed the lapel to your left hand under their leg, and keep pulling them to the right. And then from here, if I turn to my left side, and feed it to my right hand. This is basically, you don't need to stand it. But get that lapel lasso and wrap it. You can wrap it a couple different ways. You can wrap it like so. Right here. And it's got to be tight, and it's got to be passive. Their arm. The last thing you want them to do is to underhook that leg and to start lifting it up. Okay. Now, even if he does that, okay, he's still stuck here also. Okay, but oftentimes guys can just drive that leg over, driving this thing over, and that's not a good situation for you to be in. Because you don't want to have your legs together here. So you want to keep that arm from underhook. So once you feed it here, control this sleeve. You start trying to reach for that leg. You pull him in. And you constantly keep this balancing. See? He went to his left knee with the right knee up. You see how my foot's on the bicep? I just want to do this way. And I want to get to his back. See how it's too much slack here? I can pull it out, and I can start climbing here. There's different ways of getting to the back. The lapel guard is an attack to the back or to the top sweep. Okay? So let's get that lapel lasso going. One. From here, I'm going to go to this side here. I'm going to tighten here, and keep pushing to the right. And I just want you guys to see how powerful it is. And stay on your right side. Okay? I can grab his knee here. So move around you. And with my left foot, you see I keep pushing him to my right. I don't want to let this slip past the heel. Okay? I want to be on my right side. See how that arm is already in danger of an omoplata right there? So but you have to let this go. So you can't be overcommitted to lapel guard. It's this type of guard where if you see entries into other types of attacks, you got to learn to let it go. But at the same time, you're here, and I just want you guys to keep balancing him that way. Okay? Yeah. See, I keep pushing him, pulling him. And see how hard it is for him to get the balance. See right there? And you feed it under that leg, back to this end. Now from here. There you control that leg. And you have a huge control. So feed the lapel lasso, I'll come around, I'll help you out. And just have your partner move around so that the bottom person feels the lapel lasso. Let's start there. 1, 2, 3. I know what you guys are doing. You're looking at me saying,